If you like this video, click on that subscribe button and be notified of more great ideas. This video is about resolving two problems. Number one, holding a part that's so small in your 3-jaw chuck that the 3-jaw chuck won't close on it, and also reducing the amount of runout that actually exists in your 3-jaw chuck, both at the same time. I have a small screw here, and I would like to take about 1 thou off of the diameter of this head. So my first problem is when I put this in the chuck here and tighten the chuck up as tight as I can get it, I find out that I can't hold it. Now the reason for that with this particular chuck is it's been ground several times the jaws have been ground in order to try to get a better runout situation, and now I have another situation where small things cannot be held in it. I already know that this chuck has a 2 thou runout on it, and I want to only take 1 thou off of this, and I can't hold it. So how am I going to solve that? Well, we're going to use this, and this is just an old drill chuck. And first of all, we're going to make sure that we've got the best situation we can for runout between here and something held in the jaws of this chuck. So we're going to do that first. Looking at an old drill chuck. The drill chuck has a 5/16 dowel mounted in the chuck jaws, and we've chucked that up in the lathe chuck. Now, this lathe has been converted to an OD grinder, and I'm going to use the grinding wheel to make sure that the shank on the back of the chuck is running true to this chuck at least, which I believe is within a couple of thousandths. So we're just going to finish that now. I've roughed it out, but maybe one more pass and we'll be good. And we'll go ahead and do that right now. That's looking pretty good. It should be close enough for what I want to do. A dowel mounted in this lathe chuck. This is the larger lathe we're working on now. And we're just going to check the runout on this and see what we've got. That light's got quite some glare. Maybe we'd be better off without that. So we'll just rotate this now. Each line is a 1/2 thou. So we've got, there's 1 thou, about 1.5, just over 1.5 thou run out on this. And our high spot would be the spot off to the right here at the 1.5 thou mark. Mounted our drill chuck in here, and we've also put a mark right here where the high spot was. That means the chuck is towards me, the maximum runout, and towards me is the high spot. Now we're going to see where we come when we rotate this this chuck with a 5/16 dowel in the jaws. I'm going to take a look at that indicator and turn it. There's 2 thou, 3 thou, 4 thou, 4.5 thou. Well, let's see if we can get back to that high spot at about 4.5 thousandths. That high spot with the magic marker here. I'm going to rotate this now so it's 180 degrees from where it was, and we'll chuck that up and tighten the chuck on that, and then we'll see what kind of runout we have. Get this lined up on 0. And we have 1.5, 2 almost 2 thou. Now we're not going back to 0, so let's get it back to 0, which is about there. There we go. We're less than 1 thou there, or about 1 thou, I guess. Well, yep, about 1 thou. So we've effectively found a way to put something now into this chuck with only 1 thou runout. So we've reduced our error a little bit here. What we've done, we've used the runout error on this small chuck to offset some of the runout error on this large chuck. Now in this particular case, this only had a couple of thousandths runout, and we've reduced it to 1/1000. And with a little bit of tweaking this way and that way, we could probably get it a little closer. But if you have an error in your lathe chuck and you want to work on a much smaller piece than normal, which is would make things a lot more sensitive to having any kind of a runout on it, you can use a smaller chuck like this to kind of negate some of that runout so that things will turn out a little bit better. And now that we have our optimal spot, what we should be doing, I suppose, here, let's get a marker here, is mark right here at the top. That's where that goes, and it just happens to line up pretty close to that jaw, which is number 1 jaw. So the next time you mount this in here, you put that little black mark lying up to this side of number 1 jaw, and you'll have your optimum minimal amount of runout.